everyone. We are cooking with Rochelle. So, everybody wanted a cooking class. It is pretty early in the morning, so I don't know how I'm gonna get. But, I'm gonna try to make this work. First things first, gotta wash the hands. I always use the elbow, turn off the water. I have paper towel right here. So I've got out all my ingredients, and I'll show you everything that you need. Borrow this for a second. Oh. So I just need the list of my ingredients. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is cut our chicken breasts. I buy frozen chicken breasts just because I'm lazy and it's cheaper. So I have these all defrosted out. So the first thing first, you grab your knife and you cut these into pieces and you clean it up. See this like weird membrane stuff? Just take it off. These are boneless, skinless chicken breasts, by the way. I do have my recipes. Cooking from scratch. I'm making orange chicken. Anybody's interested in what I'm making? So as you can see, I'm trying to make this so you can see. I'm just cutting up my chicken into cubes. I'm also cleaning it up as I'm cutting. You want to make these small cubes because you're going to be putting flour or cornstarch on them, so see this white stuff? Get rid of it. You're going to want to preheat your crock pot to low. I'm a big fan of washing your hands quite a lot, especially in the raw chicken process. So the next step you're going to do cornstarch is your best friend. And a Ziploc bag. Always throw out your Ziploc bag after you put anything raw in it. Don't try to save it. It's really cheap. You need a third cup of cornstarch. Just throw it in the Ziploc bag like so, like that. That's one of my favorite cooking features. And would say. I love her cooking show. She does vegan food, so she wouldn't approve of orange chicken. And then you just take your pieces. Make sure the cornstarch evenly distributes on your chicken pieces. And you're going to put them in the crock pot. A little bit. Oops. Sorry, camera difficulties. Let me clean up this last few pieces of chicken though. I might even need a little bit more cornstarch, it looks like. Yeah. Cooking is all about reading, guys. Reading and just having a little bit of feel for what you're doing. So this is a tough piece. You got lots of fat on it. Just gotta trim that off. Down to the meat. See all this white membrane? Just I'm sorry, the camera's not that great of an angle for a cooking show. It's really hard to do one. This is my first cooking show. It's probably going to be a limited series, just because cameras are not that fun. See what I'm doing? I'm just ripping off that fat. This is bad meat. I'll just throw this away. Hello, who's ever joining me? Make an orange chicken. Since you're handling raw chicken, I suggest you wash your hands just one more time. Give this cutting board a nice little rinse. So then we're on to the next step. which is, excuse me, I gotta pull up my recipe because I don't remember how to make orange chicken. It's been a long time. So, okay. Well, let's move on now that we have. So, I've got the chicken coated with cornstarch and cut up. It's saying drizzle 1 tablespoon of olive oil in the bottom of your slow cooker. I use extra virgin olive oil. I just bought all these today, so they're all brand new. Get your handy dandy tablespoon. Let me move things around. For better viewing. Okay, so I'm sorry, I probably can't view the chat. I'm doing Streamlabs, so you want to make sure that your crock pot is evenly coated, and I will show you what it looks like. I usually just take a little, where did my brush go? I have a silicone brush somewhere. Yeah, when in doubt, silicone spatula works just fine. So what you're going to do is look what I'm doing. Make sure your crock pot is evenly coated with that tablespoon of olive oil. You don't want any sticky spots where your chicken can stick to. So I do have a habit of creating a lot of dishes when I cook. So let's see what the next step is, guys. Oop, I forgot salt and pepper and my cornstarch, so we're going to add it in afterwards, which is fine. I even got pepper fresh this morning. I do this by ear. You can follow a recipe. I like pink Himalayan salt. Okay, so you see in my Ziploc bag, I'm just massaging that salt and pepper into the chicken. Because I've already cornstarched it. Now it's telling me to add this chicken from the Ziploc bag to my crock pot, which I'm doing. This got stuck. This is the first time I'm doing this recipe, so bear with me. I'm not a professional chef in any level, and I never claimed to be. Okay. Throw this away. Wash your hands. I'm a big wash in the hands person. Especially when raw chicken is being used. Alright. Bye to you, bye Coke. Okay, so the next step is So the next step is adding soy sauce, orange marmalade, red rice vinegar, or rice wine vinegar, ginger, and sesame oil in a measuring cup. So, we're going to add a measuring cup. I'm going to find my measuring cup. Where did I put it? Sorry guys. I'm trying to find my located measuring cup. I'm not a very good organizer, as you can see. There we are. Neatly stacked, and then I like to go grab one thing, and the stack is coming apart. Don't you hate that? I'm gonna restack that later. Okay. Sorry guys. Didn't mean to go into the delay. Note, I am not a professional. I am not a professional cook, okay? I'm just your backyard, you know, cook. So we got 1 cup orange marmalade. I'm going to do 1/2 cups strides. So you buy Smucker's orange marmalade. That's what I bought. And a nice little spoon. Yeah, it's too big. Trying to use my other one up. Hi! I'm sorry, I should be a little bit more prepared, Ariana. I'm not. But I'm trying. I'm trying to teach you how I cook. Everybody wanted a cooking video, because I do cook a lot. So I'm doing this in 1/2 cup measurements, just because orange marmalade is very sticky. As you can tell. I'm horrible with the camera. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm just literally measuring out my orange marmalade, which is 1 cup. And it says mix all these ingredients together in a nice measuring cup. I bought 2 jars of orange marmalade because I hate when it's like, use 1 cup, and you're like, how much is that? So.
Daisy, baby girl, let's go.
Sorry about the noise. My mom's taking the dogs out. My house is very small, guys. Okay, so you add your 1 cup marmalade. I'm going to keep that spoon because I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Don't mind the sound of running water. I do clean as I go, so. And especially I clean my hands, especially if I got crap on them. Sorry, I am reading a recipe because I've never made this before. So 1/4 cup of low sodium soy sauce. I'm a Walmart girl. And you can tell these are all new ingredients. I bought them today, so. This is a 4th cup. Okay. 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. Rice vinegar. Why do I always want to say wine? And see this wonderful tablespoon that I kept aside? I said, I have a feeling I'm going to need it again. Sure enough. Look at that. Hi, Heather. Okay, so it's 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, which my recipe phone is on. Sorry, I am following a recipe. I am not Mrs. Betty Crocker in the kitchen. This is the first time I've ever made orange chicken, and I'm sharing it with you guys. How in the world do I open this thing? When in doubt, use your hands. Or scissors. This is a Crockpot chicken, orange chicken recipe. It's a dump and go. There's not very many that are dump and go. Aha! When in doubt, use scissors. Can't open it. One teaspoon of this stuff. So I got extra virgin sesame oil by Oi. Yummy. I'm stirring as I go. I'm making Crockpot orange chicken. I'm sorry about the messy hair. It's early in the morning here. I just wanted to hop on real quick and show you what I'm making. Because everybody's always asking me, what are you making? What are you making? I always do Crockpot stuff on the weekends. So we've got the sesame oil. I always put my stuff to the side when I'm done. Now we got ground ginger. It says 1 teaspoon ground ginger. This is new, so I gotta open it. Sorry guys. I went grocery shopping this morning for this stuff. Yes, I know you just hopped on, but you can just follow the steps and then replay the video if you want to learn how to make it. Maybe that wasn't the best way of doing that. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I didn't teach you this in culinary school. So 1 teaspoon ground ginger. I was wondering why they made me buy ground ginger. I don't really keep it in my cabinet. I have a recipe phone that has all my recipes on it. So, sorry, I haven't made this before. Should I use garlic cloves or garlic powder? I'm gonna go with garlic cloves. So a half teaspoon of garlic cloves. Okay, let me grab this. I use minced garlic. I buy this at Costco. I use a lot of garlic, so. In fact, I'm gonna double the recipe instead of a half. I'm putting a whole. Because I like garlic, but that's up to you. To each their own their taste. And then you're gonna mix this up. I was out of ideas too. My friend is amazing. She sends me recipes from New York. Her name is Cheryl. You've seen her on here before. She's like my kitchen mama. Like, she loves to cook too, just like I do. And she's like, oh, try this, try this, try this. And I love her. She's amazing. Okay, so yeah, I actually ordered all my groceries on Walmart.com and then just picked them up this morning because I didn't want to go searching around. So I need to actually cut up some green onions. And that means I gotta wash my cutting board because I had raw chicken on it. So sorry, you're gonna hear noises. And then see this? This is looking pretty good, huh? I'm just gonna wash as I go. I need to actually add more chicken to it because I don't have enough, but I didn't pull out enough chicken from my freezer, so I will add a little bit once it's a little bit more defrosted. I'm also making biscuits and gravy too if you want to stick around for that. I will post the recipe on my Facebook for anybody who's interested in making it themselves. I should have had this going. I don't know about you, but I always throw a little bleach in with my dishes. I learned it from my mama and several chefs. Now, this is not a professional cook show. I don't claim to ever be a professional cook. One, because I'm just a home person. I go to the grocery store just like everybody else. I don't have professional cameras like everyone else does. I'm odd. I wash my dishes and then I put them in the dishwasher. I use my Crockpot all the time, Heather. I love my Crockpot. Sorry, my hands are wet. And I just washed them. You didn't see that. I'm sorry, guys. I wash my hands a lot when I'm cooking, so I'm sorry if you don't like the sound of running water. I just can't be too clean. Okay, so back to I got my cutting board all nice and clean. This is the same cutting board I used bleach water. I used Dawn dish soap and bleach to clean my dishes. To each their own. Some people use vinegar. I don't like the fact that, so it's asking for 2 tablespoons of green onions. I like green onions, so I'm going to chop up this whole thing. And I'm tweaking the recipe a bit, so yes, it is always good to check out my live video before you start cooking this. Because I tweak every recipe I've been given, so. I don't like the white ends on my green onions, and I always cut off the ends and then leave the rubber band on, and then just give them a quick rinse. And then, sorry guys, and then I just throw my scraps in the trash. Yeah, I love green onions. This is optional, but since I do love green onions, I'm gonna make a lot of it. Here, I'm gonna bring this down for you guys if you want to see. I guess this is as far as I can let go of my camera, so I'm just slicing them up. I hope that you guys know how to slice green onions. It's super simple. You just kind of take the green onion and just cut. I make my onions super thick because in the crock pot on fresh green onions, they're gonna go down, you know, they're gonna simmer down. So it's up to you. This is personal choice. See, I cut up all my green onions. I'm just gonna slide that in. Sauce, and I'm being very, very, no, doggies, no. Sorry. Really, really bad at my green onionness. On my cutting board, yeah, wash my hands again. Give me a second, guys. Kinda oopsied on the floor. Nope, out of the kitchen, dogs. Out of the kitchen. I'm cooking. Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna wash again. Doesn't touch the floor. And I need a fresh cutting board too, because I gotta cut oranges next. See, in a commercial kitchen, you would have tons and tons and tons of extra tools. In a home kitchen, you gotta use the same tools over and over again. So, I'm also gonna add onions on top of the green onions. I'm not even gonna measure this out because I like onions. This is, again, personal choice. Do what you want. Grab another spoon to mix this. Look at that. That's looking good. And this is also optional. You don't need oranges to make orange chicken. But I like oranges, so I got 2. You just slice up your oranges. Actually, give me a second, I'm going to grate one. Just a little. Orange zest. I'm adding a little orange zest to my mixture. Again, very optional. You don't have to do that. I used the wrong ones. Oops, the wrong side. This is my zesting side. Sorry, guys. It's been a long time since I zested. My grater's not liking it. Okay. A little orange zest. Spicing it. Again, this is not in the recipe. This is Rochelle Pop's recipe. Hi, Wendy. I am making food today. I'm making crockpot chicken, orange chicken. Some people do this in 60 seconds. How? I take my time and cook food right, I guess. I'll cut that one a little too heavy. Oranges grow fresh here. You can either get these at your grocery store or pick them off the tree. I bought them at the grocery store because I don't have a tree. But I'm going to make a double batch of this sauce because I'm adding more chicken when it gets defrosted. So just thinly slice your oranges. Just throw them in there. Juicy. These are California nectarines. So if you want to stick around, I'm going to make a second batch of the sauce. And I'll be cutting up more chicken too. So those who missed the sauce, just because I like leftovers. These are sun-kissed oranges. It is delicious. I already can smell it. Adding a little more orange zest. Just because I like orange zest. I don't know about everyone else, but I wish I had an orange tree, but sometimes Arizona oranges, you gotta be careful what you buy, because some of them are not made to cook with. They're not like California where all the trees are sweet oranges. Some of them are sour and they're really meant to make like jams and stuff and add a lot of sugar to it. So, let me get rid of my orange peels here, guys. Just because I don't have a big cutting board. Because I was zesting, you can smell the zest of an orange in my kitchen sink. I'm doing these thick just because, again, I'm putting it in the crock pot. It's going to simmer down. These are some juicy oranges. I'm going to add the juice. Because I just like that extra orangey flavor. Okay, so I'm going to add my sauce to my crock pot. I don't know if you guys can see. This is, I'll bring it up here and bring it down. Heave into my kitchen sink. So now I have a wet case. Give me a second. Can you still see? Just let me know. Well, I'm drying off my phone case. Okay. Sorry, weird delay. Can everybody see me? Can everybody see me? Ooh. Okay, sorry, I know it blipped. It's because I accidentally threw my phone in the sink. And I was like, oh no! So, alright, now this wonderful mixture that we've been mixing up with our spoon, Again, I said I'm making a second dose because I don't think this is going to be enough sauce to cover my chicken. Just viewing. But you just dump it in. And then spread it all around the chicken. It's gonna look like that. See how beautiful that is? And again, I'm making a second dose of sauce because, like I said, I'm making more chicken in a minute. So I'm going through the entire recipe yet again. So if anybody who didn't catch it, now this is going to be on high for 4 hours, and then low for 2.5. So like I said, anybody who's interested, I will post the recipe on my Facebook. Because there are certain steps that I won't be doing, like the green onions, because I put them all in this batch, but I will be doing making more sauce and cutting more chicken and making that. So stick around for a second. Let me watch me look at this. Since I'm redirtying my dishes, I'm just gonna, once I clean them, I'm gonna throw them on the other side of the sink. I pulled these chicken breasts out a little bit later than the rest of it. So, give me a second, gotta defrost. Just a little bit frosty. So while it's defrosting, I'm going to make more sauce. I'm doing it a little bit backwards, I guess. When I get back to my recipe, so we have 1 cup of orange marmalade. I do this in half-cup increments. I don't know about you guys, but I don't waste stuff. I'm on a budget. It's gonna be a little bit more than a cup of orange marmalade, but that's okay. So then the end of jar. Add about 2. I have these wonderful measuring cups that I got from the dollar store. Gotta love the dollar store for kitchen equipment. You don't want to spend a lot of money on. So, orange marmalade is in the mixing thing. Again, should have it memorized by now, but I don't. Okay, so 4th cup of low sodium soy sauce. This is your sauce, guys. Tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. There you go. A teaspoon of sesame oil. Teaspoon of ground ginger. Don't want to put too much. Stir. Teaspoon of minced garlic. And then I'm going to add something different on this sauce because I made two double, but two tablespoons of sesame seeds. And I'm actually going to make 4 tablespoons of sesame seeds just because I got to double it because I didn't put it in the last batch. Mix it up. So don't forget to add the 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds to your last batch, because I'm making double batch. This sauce doesn't have the green onions though, because I put a bunch in the last one, so. So there's that. Now let's see how our chicken is doing. Now, you just cut your chicken into cubes. I didn't fully defrost it because it's going in the crock pot. I just wanted to be able to get through it. You all sticking with me? I'm sorry, I'm not really organized. I'm just kind of showing you my style of cooking. I don't really organize, I just do. And hope for the best. Okay, so you want a Ziploc bag. And a quarter of cornstarch. I should have bought more cornstarch. So they asked for a third of a cup of cornstarch, but just kind of make sure it evenly coats your chicken. They said salt and pepper. Just put salt and pepper in there to taste. And then just cut up your chicken in cubes, like this. I'm just cleaning out the freezer today, so I've had chicken in the freezer for a while. It's about to go, where if I don't use it, I lose it. And I'm not having that, so. Because meat is expensive. Especially I'm also going to be making biscuits and gravy, but apparently I ran out of cornstarch, so I will be doing another live video on how I do that. I guess got to run to the grocery store and grab cornstarch. I may have enough. Well, I may have enough to do it. We'll see how much this chicken is. Apparently, I'm starting to cook more with cornstarch than I ever have before. Because a little can used to last me forever, but not so much anymore. So you're going to add all these chicken pieces into the Ziploc bag once you're done cutting them. This Ziploc bag has salt, pepper, and cornstarch, remember? And close it up. I have one more piece of chicken I need to cut, so. And then just evenly coat your chicken. And since I'm not done with my chicken, I still got one more piece. I'm not going to dump it in yet, guys. So. So I've made this recipe twice on this YouTube video. So anybody who's, you know, just joined in late, they got to see how this recipe is made in full. From start to finish. So that's the cool thing. You don't have to watch the replay. You can be a part of it. Ziploc bags have good seals. I always let some of the air out because it's easier to shake. Okay, let me get rid of my scraps and throw this in there. Let me wash my hands real quick. Anytime you touch raw chicken, it's always important, man. Wash those hands before you touch anything else. Alright, so we're going to evenly coat. We're going to add a little bit of cornstarch because I added one more piece. And then I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper. Salt and pepper is your thing when you're making chicken. You always want to salt your chicken and pepper it. I use pink Himalayan salt. You can use whatever. I like my salt in a grinder. Now, we're going to just coat that chicken. Massage it in. Get it all nicely coated. See the pieces, guys? See how nicely coated they are? You're just going to dump it all in, cornstarch and all. And throw away your bag. Give my sauce one final stir. Dump it in. I'm just stirring the crock pot, guys. So sorry, I'm making noise. And we want to get all that sauce in there. Alright, this is a little now it's all nicely mixed and together. Gonna give it one final mix with a regular spoon. Doesn't that look yummy? I'm cooking orange chicken in the Crockpot and dog. I just made the entire recipe from start to finish, if you want to watch the replay. So now, on goes the lid, goes on high for 4 hours. After 4 hours, turn it down to low for another 2, and you're ready to serve over rice. And I could do rice later, but I don't want to make, you don't want to pre-make rice, guys. Rice gets really sticky and gross if it's been sitting around. I'm also going to be making biscuits and gravy. I think I have enough cornstarch. I should. So that's the next thing I'm going to be making after I wash up here. So if you don't want to stick around for the noises, sorry guys, I need to wash up because I made a mess. I also need to put the orange marmalade away. I'm going to preheat the oven to... I'm cheating. I'm sorry. I normally make homemade biscuits, and I will teach you guys in another video. I'm cheating. I'm just doing Pillsbury. Preheat your oven to 425 while you're washing your dishes. I don't have a recipe for my biscuits and gravy. Hi, dog. Like I said, I'm a freak. I wash my dishes and then I throw them in the dishwasher. So, unless I'm using them during cooking. The final product. The recipe is going to go on my Facebook, guys, for the orange chicken if you guys want to make it. And the recipe that I have gives you the grocery shopping list. This is how a real chef does it, by the way. Real chef doesn't have, lots of equipment and watching videos like I'm doing. And they wash their hands multiple times, like I'm doing. So what do you guys think of the orange chicken recipe? Hopefully you enjoyed it. Had to borrow my mom's phone so I could keep the recipe. Alright, so for biscuits and gravy, you just need a few ingredients. All-purpose flour, cornstarch, oops, I can't go to the way. Spray for your baking sheet. Out of the kitchen, guys. Around. I'm using Grand's Southern Home Honey biscuits. I do know how to make them from scratch. But I'm lazy this morning because I knew I had the other stuff I was doing. So maybe we'll do a cooking video with I cleaned my kitchen this morning because I was like, oh crap, I'm going to be doing this cooking video and I don't want everybody to think like, she has the messiest kitchen. I need to reorganize that cabinet again. These things are starting to fall. Alright, so I use Jimmy Dean maple. And I've got my stuff all heating up. It's hard to switch gears from Crockpot to biscuits. You can never wash your hands enough. I just cut the end of the thing and just squeeze it out of the tube. But to each their own. It's nice and easy that way. I prefer maple. You can do whatever sausage is your fancy. I like Jimmy Dean. You can do whatever suits your fancy. I prefer Jimmy Dean just because it's got a good flavor. And I'm too lazy to make my own sausage. I don't know about you all. I did it a few years ago. It's a lot of work for a little bit of reward, though. Especially when you're prepping the pig and the cow to turn it into sausage. I've done that too. I'm very big about cleanliness. Sorry, I will be going back and forth. I don't like my hands dirty. That's one thing you'll find about me in the kitchen. I cook, and I don't like getting my hands dirty when I cook, because the cleaner your hands are, the better off your food is. To me, in my head, anyway. Getting it all out of the tube. I'm using a cast iron enameled skillet just because I like it. And because it goes quickly. Greasy and washing my hands twice. Sorry guys, you're gonna see me washing my hands quite a lot. I take pride in clean hands. So. Alright. Now that I've got the out of the tube, we're going to brown up your sausage. Because this is an enameled cast iron, you got to go quick. Because otherwise it sticks. You got to stir constantly. And another reason why I use the maple is because it's already seasoned to where I want it. Because biscuits and gravy just have that nice, wonderful flavor. You add the maple already in there. I will be going live later with tarot reading. I just want to do the cooking show early this morning when I'm doing cooking. See, it's already burning. See? Gotta watch it. Gotta be fast with this pan. I constantly stir and move it because it's just, this cast iron enamel just gets hot quick. You can buy, this is the Lodge 6 quart, it's $39 at Walmart if you want this cast iron enamel. Best pan I ever bought. And these are just cheap Walmart silicone flippers. Not a sponsor, by the way. Walmart is not a sponsor. I wish they were. Do spend enough money with them. Finally ground. Gonna let that sit for a second because it's not cooking. Oh, that's why, because I don't have the temperature up. I'm probably making you all hungry this morning. Well, this is sitting around, trying to decide if it wants to brown. Because I have the temperature down a little too low. I use extra virgin olive oil spray, Walmart brand. Just this always gets me. I hate this. It's like a clown. I'm on live and it doesn't want to pop. There we go. Every time. I know, I wish YouTube had smell-o-vision, guys. It does smell really good. Okay, so you want to space your biscuits apart and just throw one in the oven. And I always set a timer because I forget. I'm going to start with 13 minutes and see how they go. I bet you most chefs doesn't spend 2 hours making 2 different meals. On live? No, they always have pre-recorded stuff. Brought to you by Coke. Not a sponsor. I always drink Coke when I'm cooking. I don't know why. Yeah. I wish you guys could smell. It does smell pretty good. How's it smell over there, Ma?
Okay.
It smells pretty good. I always make a good dinner every single Saturday. And I also make a good breakfast. Unfortunately, guys, I do not have a biscuits and gravy recipe. This is a recipe that's been handed down generations. So, I just memorized it. I don't know if you guys can hear my mom, but she's like, it's in the cookbook, but I don't know which one. We've just been making it for a year, so I just kind of know the recipe by heart. In fact, I'm usually not as lazy and I actually make my own biscuits, but I need to get a KitchenAid because it's easier to make biscuits in a KitchenAid. I make my biscuits with a bit of love. I have a secret recipe that I will share later because I have to get it from my uncle's because I can't remember if it's lard or butter he puts in his. My uncle used to be a 5-star chef, so. Road trip to Rochelle's kitchen, yes. That would be fun. I'm gonna have my crock pot ready for you by the time you got here. I don't know why, but my hands are sticky and I don't like that. Still cooking up I'm cooking my sausage low and slow. So it's taking a little bit longer. Because I want a little bit of grease in there. Never get rid of your grease for biscuits and gravy, guys. That's where people go wrong. They cook their sausage and then they drain it. No, no, no. That's the flavor, guys. My mom is like loving this because she really, really wants this. So I've already got dinner started. Breakfast is being made and it's only 11 o'clock. Yeah, cornstarch is a thickener. So I used to not cook a lot with it, but now I'm starting to because I'm starting to get more into the cooking phases. Just because where I work, there's not like a lot of places nearby to take a lunch. So I'm starting to cook more and pack lunch, which is probably why Heather started to notice I'm losing a little bit of weight. Because I'm not eating out every day. I'm actually cooking my food. It saves a lot of money though, guys. You cook. Yeah, cornstarch thickens and smooths your gravy. I'm waiting for my sausage to get the temperature. Side note, guys, sorry about the barking. That's my doggies. Yeah, I've been cooking a lot too lately. It's almost there. The next wonderful part. My sauce is easy, guys. 3 ingredients: milk, cornstarch, all-purpose flour. And salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna use my favorite. This is my favorite flour scooper. This is a scoopy thing. Come on, guys. Come on. Jake and Fatty are still out there. Okay. Sausage is ready, guys. I got 3 minutes on my biscuits. So wash my hands because I just let the dogs in. Damn. But I love paper towel. Alright. So I always put in a little bit of milk first, just to kind of get a solid base. And then you get rid of your flapjack. You get a spoon. You're going to put in. Now you got to watch this, because you got to watch how thick you want it. And then I always add just a little touch of cornstarch to start off. And then I keep mixing. And I'll show you the consistency you want. So you don't drain your sausage. That's where everybody makes a mistake. See? You want to add more milk. You do use a lot of milk. Yeah, more flour. More cornstarch too. I'm gonna buy more cornstarch, guys. Sorry, guys. More milk. I don't have a recipe for this. I should. I always play with my biscuits and gravy just to see if I like the consistency or if I dislike the consistency. And I made it a little too soupy, so I gotta add a little bit more flour. Smell the biscuits are getting done. Oh yeah. You want your biscuits a golden brown. Biscuits should look like. I burned them a little bit. That's okay because the gravy will cover it. Should have been shaking them a little bit more. That's where I want it. Okay, guys. You just keep messing with your milk and cornstarch. Cornstarch is a thickener, so don't add a lot. You keep messing with your milk and flour. A little bit of cornstarch each time you put in flour until you get the right consistency. And I'll show you by what I mean. Now, you can have this as thick or as soupy as you want. I put a little pepper in mine at the end. But again, that's your choice, you know? You don't have to have pepper in your biscuits and gravy. I just like a little bit of flavor. Some people like salt. I'm not a big salt fan. Now look, that's what your gravy should look like, guys. Can you see it? Let me flip the camera. Should look like this. See, it's not runny. I like mine a little soupy because I like it to go a little bit longer way on the biscuit. But again, that is literally each to their own. I'm still stirring in the... And then look at that wonderful biscuits. So, look how wonderful those biscuits are. Now I slightly burn the bottom of my biscuits. Does anybody else have problems like that? And you just put a little on your biscuits and that's how you serve with a fork. Is getting the first plate. So what did you guys think? Give me a second, guys. Get inside! Fatty, let's go! Fatty! Come on! Come on, Furby! Come on, Fatty! Let's go! You guys are welcome. I will be sharing, again, I don't have a biscuits and gravy recipe. I just have it from memory. I will show you guys 1 second before I go and eat my food. I'll show you what the orange chicken's looking like. Look at that. I'll stir it. With a spoon. As soon as I find a spoon. Look Look how yummy that is. Biscuits and gravy are fun. It's definitely a different dish. Not a lot of people know how to make it and make it properly. But I make it all. I'm starting to make it all the time because I love it. And it's easy and quick. And that's the wonderful thing. If you do dishes as you go, like guys, I'm done cooking. Besides the pans that I cooked on, I only have 3 dishes. And like I said, it's wash, put in the dishwasher. Wash, put in the dishwasher. And wash and put in the dishwasher. Now you've cooked breakfast, you've cooked dinner, and your kitchen's still clean. And you've only wasted an hour and 50 minutes. Not bad for 2 meals. So, I don't know. Honestly, my dishes are all about what I'm hungry for at the moment. So, Heather, the biscuits and gravy, it's the milk, flour, and cornstarch. The cornstarch you only add, for every 4th cup of cornstarch or flour, you add maybe 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. You don't add a lot. Yeah. And then your milk and flour is your thickener. With your cornstarch, you get it to the consistency that you want. But make sure you keep your sausage gravy in there because that's what flavors your gravy. And not a lot of people do that. And see, I like my enamel cast iron. It's made in front of the lodge. I love cooking my biscuits and gravy in that because it's like a cast iron skillet, but it's also a pot too. So, you can keep your stuff and it's pretty easy. I will come on live a little bit later when my orange chicken is done to give you a little bit of a review. I am coming on live a little bit later to do taro. Cynthia, my favorite dish is whatever I can create. Sorry, I didn't see your question. I apologize. I don't know. The best meals I've ever created, I've done out of my own head. I go to the grocery store and I'm like, oh, this looks good. Let's put this and this and this together in a crock pot and see how it goes. I do cook with a lot of like extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil and things like that. Alternative oils just because of the Crohn's. And again, if I do any more cooking videos, if you guys like this, I will be cooking with a little bit more virgin oils just because, like I said, I can't. Yeah, so that if you ever make gravy, a little bit of cornstarch goes a long way. And that whole can, cornstarch is cheap, guys. This whole can, normally if I wasn't making orange chicken, this can will last me probably a good 6 months to a year. And it's $2. I buy, great value. I'm a Walmart girl. You don't need to buy anything spectacular, guys. And see, like I said, I just bought this can about a week ago, and I'm already 3/4 of the way into it. And it's because of the orange chicken recipe. Instead of flour, you use cornstarch. Which makes sense, because you want your marmalade to be thick. I do cook. I do know how to make... I need to get a KitchenAid, guys. That's my big thing. I do know how to make pies from scratch for Thanksgiving. If you need any more cooking tips, I mean, I'm always around and available. You know, I have a 4-star chef for an uncle, so I have a big family. So my uncle used to work at the Grand Hotel in Michigan on Mackinac Island. He used to be one of the chefs, one of the executive chefs there every summer. So I learned a lot of my cooking tricks from him. And I also had an aunt that loved to make things from scratch. And she would force us to go in the kitchen and help her because, you know, we were free. So that's another thing. I get a lot of my cooking tips. I do cook with just like my shitty clothes because, you know, you don't really want to cook in your good Sunday best now, do you? Because you're going to get dirty. I already got cornstarch all over me, see? See, I don't cook fish, Heather. I do have fresh Alaskan salmon, though. I haven't cooked it in a while, because my mom's the only one that eats it. And see, just sitting here, this thing has thickened up. Look at this, guys. Look how yummy that is. Oh, hey, Cheryl. Cheryl, guys, Cheryl is the woman that helps me figure out recipes. You just missed it, Cheryl. I just cooked 2 meals. I made orange chicken and I made biscuits and gravy. Yes, cinnamon rolls are great, Heather. I just don't have the patience to make them anymore. So Cheryl, everybody, remember when I talked about the homegirl from New York who I get my ideas? Her and I will literally sit on the phone while I'm in the grocery store and we'll be like, you know what sounds good together? This, and this. Let's try it. And it's always funny because her and I are always cooking. Whatever she makes, I want her to send me a plate, and whatever I make, she always wants me to send her a plate. Oh, Cheryl, I gotta show you guys. Cheryl, look at this. Look at that, Cheryl. That's orange chicken right there in the crock pot. And that's my biscuits and gravy. Mmm. That it is. I can't wait. If you want a replay, sure, I'll show you how to make. I made it. Cheryl is my go-to girl. She loves to cook, and so do I. But she makes better stuff than me. She's got a bit of a Jamaican twist. That makes everything better. Cheryl, I'm going to be in the kitchen all day when you come to me. I already see that. That takes away from all of our fun stuff like snoring hot dogs and, you know, Tombstone. have a Walmart like 5 minutes away. They know me by name, Heather. I shop there pretty frequently. Yeah. Snorted hot dogs are great. You can ask Cheryl about them. Those are her favorite. My oven is still hot. Yeah, I should probably get one and put it on YouTube Live. But Cheryl will probably kill me because she's like, I want a snoring hot dog and a mango drink. This woman, I swear to guys, I am going to say it on YouTube Live. Cheryl told me if I love my life, next time she comes, I better have a snoring hot dog and a mango drink waiting for her at the airport when she arrives. So, yeah, that's how much she loves them. And she lives in New York City, guys. Or the suburbs around. That's all I'm going to say. So she's got everything at her fingertips. And she still loves snoring hot dogs. And she loves coming down here for Mexican food. Because we do have a little bit of a different twist than New York City does. Even though she lives in the wonderful, beautiful city that everybody wishes they lived in. She loves coming here But now I'm going to leave you guys to your own devices, and I will put the recipe on my Facebook. It's breakfast time, guys. This is my plate. I'm ready. I will put the recipe on my Facebook. Again, if you watch my video, yeah, Arizona Mexican food is perfect because we live 2 hours from the border. That's why. There's just some ingredients you just can't get, you know. Yeah, so you will see me a little later. I will do the orange chicken review. And then I will be posting this recipe on, remember, I did put more green onions and I put regular onions and I put orange slices and orange zest. That's the difference. But everything else I pretty much stuck to the recipe within reason. And I put a little bit more oil on the bottom because I made a double batch. So I doubled the oil. But yes, I will be on later to do a reveal on the orange chicken and do tarot reads. But this is my cooking class 101. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want to see this again. I cleaned my kitchen especially for you guys, so because it was a little bit more of a disaster. Bye everyone. See you tonight.